industry. And so a lot of our lab equipment and the technology that we use on campus is driven. We've got a lot of AR and IR type stuff that is going on. And so just as a campus, like we have to think about what that future looks like in the smart campus. I think the other big thing I think about, which is why we're sitting here today, we partner with industry because we have to be able to supply the talent that they need and the research around products and innovation where industry is going. And to be real focused on CSI, part of our mission is the adoption of advanced manufacturing in the state of Wisconsin. And when we look at technologies like 5G that can enable that, we're interested in that. So we have to really pay attention to what's going on in the world, listen to our industry partners so that we can supply the talent and the technology that they need to move industry forward. So, I'll stop there and maybe open it up because I think you guys have some interesting things on that.
Yeah, to kind of take that conversation a little further on Chris's point, macroly, and the United States and around the world, there's a war for talent. If you go to, especially small manufacturers, small mid-sized manufacturers and large, they'll tell you that they're adopting automation primarily because they just can't scale. They can't put people in place. And where institutions like UWM and the academics effort at Rockwell is really, really critically important. Not only to manufacturers, but from educational and foundational perspective for the students coming through our system at the 4-year and the 2-year college level. I'm really passionate about this because I've got an electrical engineer and I've got a kid in the trades, right? And when they come through, my electrical engineer was book smart. My 2-year kid loved Euthymia. He didn't have any worries about getting his hands dirty. We got kids that are worried about getting their hands dirty. And what we have to do is bridge that gap. Where the CSI comes in is those kids that are really smart, that have electrical engineering, they can step into that lab and they can get their hands dirty with a digital twin. They can get their hands dirty with robotics. And then when they get hired by Harley-Davidson, or they get hired by Caterpillar, they can step right into that role and become a contributing member and help our workforce become more educated, more knowledgeable, and embrace the revolution or evolution of technology. Organizations like UWM, with a partnership with like Rockwell, is bridging that talent gap at the 4-year and at the 2-year institutions. So this investment at UWM is huge for manufacturing at small, mid-size, and at Tier 1. Part of that technology is where U.S. Cellular comes in. We are enabling technology that these people and institutions become more familiar with and can accelerate in advanced manufacturing. That's all.
Yeah, so just to pile on here a little bit. Creating the workforce is one thing. Can you hear me? Creating the workforce is one thing, but making it scale to the point where it satisfies the gap. So there are other institutions involved. So many are familiar with some of the state institutions. There's Wisconsin Manufacturing Extension Partnership. This is a government agency that's funded by NIST, and their function is to drive adoption of the small and medium-sized businesses. So CSI is partnered with them. Rockwell is partnered with them, and we're trying to support that effort. The only way to support that effort is to create a complete ecosystem where not only are the technologies available and applications available, but also the talent. And our gap right now is talent. Working with U.S. Cellular, that talent also is going to have the capability of understanding when and where it's best to apply the 5G or the private where that's going to be fiscally viable. In addition to that, they're going to know how and why to make those decisions. It's really important to know the hows and whys, the method. What's the method of making decisions, of what technology you go with to get to that outcome. And at CSI, we are we're grateful that we have a partner of US Cellular, and Ericsson has come along with them. We are able to define use cases, industrial use cases, and then put them into practice because we have a complete enterprise. So what we prove there can be applied across essentially any industrial base because we've created an enterprise at the CSI. So if you understand enterprise, we're talking about SAP, we're talking about MES systems, we're talking about management systems, production systems, everything, top to bottom, across the board, plus the advanced technologies that we're applying. So all of this comes together, and we're tying 5G applications into standard industrial networks and coming up with defining methodologies and how that's going to be done as well. So those are some of the things that are happening, and there's, I can tell you, it's a lot. But UWM is a great team. They're working. We've got faculty, we've got operations people, and then a group of partners. It's a tremendous collaborative environment.
Yeah, so I heard a few points there that I want to double down on, and we'll move on to the lab environment. Thinking back again to other industries that have looked at technology in the same way, Smart Ag was very similar. Smart Ag, from an IoT cellular perspective, didn't gain a lot of momentum until it became a part of curriculum within universities. Many universities actually wrote the sort of methodology for precision agriculture. So I see very much like what you were just saying, Joe, a very similar kind of ideology here. And I think, Ross, you had mentioned that the majority of manufacturers are small and medium. And so when you think about research and development, innovation, you may not have the money to be on the bleeding edge of some of the global players. And so what the university and this partnership is really needing to do here is prove out those use cases. So let's talk about the actual lab itself and what we're looking to do. Joe, you're the godfather of this lab at this point, and I think it would be...
That's a mistake.
I promised myself I'd make Joe laugh at least once on this thing, so this is good. Success. So, Joe, I think it would probably be fitting to kind of let you think about or share your vision of this lab. We've already kind of touched on some of these things, but is there anything you can double tap on that you think is important for this room?